On guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Well, guys, this news hit yesterday as more information comes out about this guy, Tyler Robinson, 22-year-old idiot, who is the one that they're saying killed Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was a YouTuber, activist. He was into politics, and he's getting martyr status right now in this country. Now, don't get me wrong. What he did, what happened to him was wrong, and I spoke vehemently about that, regardless of how anybody feels about it. I don't know the man. I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't deal with politics, but I will tell you this: there are people out here right now that are so stupid and ass backwards in the head that they're liable to let anybody put batteries in their back, wind them up, and have them doing some of the stupidest stuff in which they go down, and the people that was a part of it keep their mouth shut. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because more information has come out about 22-year-old Utah residents, Tyler Robinson, and his living arrangements with a transgender boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever it is. They call it partner. And they're trying to figure out what the motive is, but it's looking more and more likely that this guy was one of them people that like to fight battles that are not his own and make him a part of something that has shit to do with him. Take a look at this story, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to be myself, so get ready. Let's go.
I do want to get back to the latest here on the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk as we continue to learn new details here. Brooke Singman over at Fox Digital posting this a short time ago saying, exclusive, Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson lived with his transgender partner, according to sources. The individual, who is a male transitioning to a female, is fully cooperating with the FBI. Sources tell me the FBI had texts and other communications between Robinson and the individual that helped FBI authorities solidify that Robinson was indeed the shooter. Again, Robinson has been named the suspect and is in custody. The last question Charlie Kirk answered before he was murdered was, quote, "Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years? Charlie replied, quote, "Too many." He was then asked, quote, "Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years? Charlie replied, quote, "Counting or not counting gang violence." Charlie was then assassinated. Again, those details there coming from Brooke Singman over at Fox. And we do continue to cover everything related to the assassination here as we learn more about what to expect in the coming days. The Utah County District Attorney now saying that 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, seen in these mugshots here, will be formally charged with Kirk's murder Tuesday ahead of his initial court appearance. And it also seems that Attorney General Pam Bondi and the DOJ are weighing the idea of federal charges in that case. As for how Robinson was identified as the suspect, the FBI says his father recognized him in surveillance photos that were released Thursday as investigators did look for a person of interest. Those are the photos there on your screen. The Associated Press reporting that Robinson's father told him to turn himself in, and at first he refused, but then changed his mind. Now, we're also hearing from investigators that it appears that Robinson is not commenting here. He is not cooperating with law enforcement as they question him, working here to determine a motive. Take a look at this video right here as you can see students and others running here. We know that Charlie Kirk was shot there with a single bullet Wednesday as he spoke at an event on the campus of Utah Valley University where he was answering a question at the time. Video released by the FBI had shown the suspected gunman on the roof of a nearby building and then climbing down. The agency saying they found a rifle nearby in a wooded area as well as bullets that had messages written on them. And of course, Governor Cox went over some of those messages during a news conference after the arrest of Robinson. Again, at this point, we know that Robinson is expected to appear for his first court appearance on Tuesday there. It's not clear if cameras will be allowed inside of the courtroom, but if they are, we're going to make sure to bring those to you right here on Live Now from Fox.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I go on my mini tirade of how dumb this guy is, let me read something to you real quick. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, lived with a transgender partner. Nothing wrong with that. Let's be honest. Nothing wrong with that. Nowadays, in today's society, people can do what they want in their own house, as long as it ain't hurting nobody or other people. But this one right here is different. Now let's go. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, was living with a transgender partner who was in the process of transitioning from male to female. A law enforcement source confirmed to the Post Saturday. This is New York Post. That individual, who is yet to be publicly identified, which he was publicly identified, we'll get to that in a second, is now fully cooperating with the FBI on its investigation into the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, the source added. The relationship was first reported by Fox News' Brooke Sigmund. According to public records, now here, this is the person. Lance Twiggs, age 22, resided at the same address where Robinson lived. A relative of Twiggs confirmed to the Post Saturday that yes, they were roommates. Then it goes down here to say, the family member who asked not to be identified said Twiggs was the black sheep of their St. George, Utah family, but declined to speculate on a romantic relationship between the two men. She said that she didn't know her relatives' politics or whether Twiggs was transitioning to become a woman, but added that it wouldn't surprise her. Now, Lance Twiggs, this guy right here that you see up here, right? Let me write his name down so I won't forget. Lance Twiggs, 2 G's and an S, right? 22-year-old person living with this guy. When you notice back when he talked about he was supposed to be talking about the day a few days before he killed Charlie Kirk, and I'm talking about Tyler Robinson. He said he was sitting at a dinner table or something and was talking about how much he hated the man and how he sowed hate and division in this country. If you put 2 and 2 together, what it looks like, in my opinion, this is just me. I don't know shit. But I'm just some guy talking, giving my opinion like everybody else, so respect it if you could. You messing with a person that's trans. Charlie Kirk gives his opinion of how he feels about trans from a Christian perspective, or the Bible or whatever. Whatever he said. It must have made your partner mad. And then invoked you to want to do something about it. Or your partner just said, hey, this guy's an idiot talking about Charlie Kirk. And you were like, no, I got to do something about that. Nobody disrespects the trans queen. And you made that fight your fight. You didn't know that man or anything. And you took it upon yourself to drive hours to kill him because you didn't like what came out of his mouth. In another video I did where I talked about how this guy was a dumbass, right? If you ever look at these type of situations where people get killed because of their political aspirations, whatever side that they feel like they're on, the big division out here is people wanting to do harm to other people because of their belief system or what political party they belong to. This shit sound like the 1700s or 1800s where people are fighting for power of a country. This whole thing is stupid, y'all. It's dumb. It makes no sense. Nowadays, 2025, a person you don't know can make you so mad that you'll risk your freedom and your life and the stain that it'll pass on your family and everybody else to go and harm somebody because they triggered you in some way, form, or fashion. A stranger you don't know triggers you in some way, form, or fashion the way you say, I got to do something about that. What he said, I can't get past, and it disrupts your own life. I said it before and I'll say it again. This guy is a dumbass. He is. And it's an embarrassment on his family or whatever. And they ain't got nothing to do with it. You're talking about I'd rather die than turn myself in. Well, what do you think he thought about where he said, I'd rather die than be silenced? See, because what I'm saying, what I said by that, and I don't think I said that wrong, but I want you to hear what I'm saying. Charlie Kirk did what he felt was right in making a difference in the world, whether any of us agreed or disagreed with it, right? So this guy did what he did, where he had enough passion to kill this man that had passion for talking to others and saying all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether people liked it or not. Passion is passion. Your passion led you to jail and possibly the death sentence. And they're going to push for it. And this guy right here is dead. I have a passion of getting on this channel and talking to you guys about crazy stuff in the news that could be avoidable at most times if we, used our common sense and respected each other. Somebody out there could not like what I say and be mad at me. If I went around, or any of you went around and tried to off people because we didn't agree with them, it would be none of us left. Seriously, it would be none of us left. What this guy did was stupid. And now you see this 22-year-old trans person going from a male to a female. I'm more than sure that person knew about it, didn't do anything to stop it, and now it's telling on his dumb ass because they don't want to be in the same position he's in, one that I'm more than sure they could have stopped him from being in. So my question is this, but this is the way America is with high-profile cases. If they can get the big fish and keep the story narrative on that, and this is what happened, that's it. If this person, Lance Twiggs, knew that he was going to do that, and he wound up doing that, and this guy didn't say nothing, and you knew this person traveled up there with a gun and all of this other stuff, your ass need to be locked up too. See, a lot of times when we are hit and bombarded by horrifying news, a lot of times we focus on the shock and awe, but not what brings forth the shock and awe. If this person has something to do with it, and I don't know if they do or not, but I find it highly unlikely you didn't know that a dude that you was kicking it with on an intimate level was not going to go and shoot somebody else to defend your honor. I find that hard to believe. How about you? And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. A lot of times, it's more than one fish that's biting at the bait, but only the big fish is prized. So a lot of times, they let the little one go. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.